Hello, welcome back to the stream. We're back working on this project, and I think we're going to be finishing it this week. Today is the day. Finally finish this off. I got a list of some things that I want to do to finish it off, so I'm just going to go through them. I wrote them out in After Effects after the stream last week. Just so I remember what I'm doing. 2 seconds. Yeah, so what I put down last week is I want to add some details to this pillar here. Need to add some textures and gradients into these this like bursts of diamond shapes. That one's a maybe. Don't know if I'll do that one quite yet. And I'm also going to try and add some like bursting sort of like waves out from this door. It will make sense when I show you. But yeah, and then hopefully that should be it. It should be all done. That's everything I want to do to finish this one off. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. As always, get started. What should I do first? I'm going to come into this comp first, and we're going to tackle spicing some of this up a bit. So, all our shapes are in this comp, and at some point I came in here and I basically duplicated all of our shapes, turned the label color to black, called it a matte, and basically these shapes are what we're going to use to mask out some of these textures. And we probably won't need all of these, but I made them just in case, just to save some time. So yeah, I'm going to sort of figure out what I want to go where. So yeah, this comp is sped up in our main comp, so we probably don't even get to see this first 2 layers of colors very well, so I won't really bother doing anything there if I don't need to. So we come have a look here. Yeah, like these first shapes come up so quick that I'm not really going to bother doing anything with them. Yeah, but I think the first one I would like to add something to is maybe this green one. Maybe add a gradient in here, so yeah, let's go and do that. So that's that one here. I'm going to add a 4 color gradient. Just move these points around, and I'm going to turn our color layer on as well. Just pick out some colors that we want to put in here. I want to keep it the same green, so I'm just going to maybe use some variations of the same green. And I'm going to bring down our blend a little bit and move this jitter percentage up. That adds a little bit of grain to our gradient, just to make it look a bit more interesting. Cool. And then in our next one here, going to add, so firstly I've got let's find this. I have a texture pack of some animated textures that I've downloaded. quite a while ago. They're by Ariel Costa, and I'll put a link in the chat to his site so you can have a look and download them if you want to. Let me just get that up. Cool. So yeah, that's in the chat if anyone wanted to have a look at that. So we've got some still textures in here. They're really cool. And it also has some animated textures. So I'm going to just put all of these into my After Effects project. So I have a lot to pick from. And then I can just get rid of the ones that I don't want as I go along. Also, it's a bit hard to view how these textures animate just looking in my Finder window, so it'd be easier to just quickly preview them in After Effects and pick and choose which one I want to use. Cool. So let's have a look here. Cool, so I think for this one here, this green, I'm going to use this texture. So I'm simply going to make layer a matte of the one above it. And there we go, it's playing in there. And also what I'm going to do is press Ctrl-Alt-T and get my time remap up here. Come one frame in, set keyframe. So this is basically the time in here is being, I guess, like you can change what's going on within these two keyframes by dragging them out. So this is making it slower and the animation going longer, and then this is speeding it up. So what I'm going to do is type in an expression called loop out cycle, and this basically extends this texture out and loops it. So there we go, I can use all of that. What I'm going to do is set this blending mode to multiply. I'm going to invert this actually and see how it looks. See how it looks white. Set this to lighten. I think I prefer it white. Scale it up a bit. It's like 150. Cool. See how that looks in our main comp. Nice. And I can get rid of these matte layers for these other shapes. And for the one with our gradient, let's just go back and find that. I'm going to animate these points just by using a wiggle expression. So just do something like that. Let's copy and paste that for all of our points. just to make that a bit more interesting. And then I'm going to do the same here for this purple one. Add another gradient. Cool. I'm just going to switch up some of the colors in here. Cool. Do the same again, add our wiggle expression. I think I've already got that copied, yep. So just going to paste that into all of these again. And yeah, for this part, it's basically just repeating this process and picking what shapes I want to affect. Cool. So for this one, I'm going to grab a solid layer. Yeah, that's the right one. On the solid, I'm going to rename the solid and call it grid, and we're going to add a grid effect. Cool. And we're going to change this a little bit. Let's go whip slider and scale this up, something like this. And we're going to alpha matte our matte layer. Cool, so now we got this grid in here. And I'm going to add a little bit of animation to this grid and scale it up with our shape. Maybe go like 160. That needs to go a lot more. Maybe like 220. That needs to go even more. Do something like that, and then get it down even more at the start. Ooh, just add some easing to those keyframes. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Cool. Let's ease that as well and go even more. See how that looks in our main comp. Oh, now we got something a bit more interesting going on there. Might set these grid lines to be a little bit thinner, maybe like 1.2. Cool. So don't need this matte layer, but I do need this one, number 9. I want to put another texture in this purple shape. So let's have a look what we got here. Maybe this might look interesting. Let's alpha matte that and come over here and go multiply. Nope. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I'm going to do the same again here to loop this texture and just use the time remap and then use a loop expression. Cool, now I can drag this out. And also add a little bit of scale to this as well. Cool. I might actually set this to be like a light purple color. So if I add a fill, actually let's add a tritone effect, and I can just change the whites to be whatever color I want. Cool. Let's see how that looks in our main composition. Let's play through that. Cool. I might make that texture just even more subtle. By lowering the opacity, and like 30. Cool. Maybe even more. Where are you from, Tobias, if you're still watching? You're from Germany, I'm guessing? I had a quick look at your Instagram. Oh, okay. Quite like that. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Adds a little bit something extra to that part. Cool. So, I can delete that from my list. Also wanted to try one other thing on this beginning part. Cool, so I'm just going to draw a shape on here to sort of act as a shadow for this diamond. Call this diamond shadow. And I'm going to use a set matte effect to map this onto the diamond. Why is that not working? There we go, cool. And I'm just going to come in here and adjust our paths, get a nicer shape. Cool. Basically want to try add a like kind of grainy shadow. I've seen like lots of this done before, so just want to try it for myself. And I can't quite remember how it's done. I remember seeing one method, so I'm just going to quickly pull up that tutorial. I remember it was done using using roughen edges, but I can't quite remember how. So yeah, check out Ben Marriott if you haven't before. His tutorials are so good. Just going to quickly skip through here and see how he goes about doing this. Cool, okay, he scales it right down. That's a little bit too fiddly. And I don't know why it's coming outside of my mask. Ah, okay, here we go. That's looking a bit better. So I'm going to change the color of this and set the blending mode to something else. Try everything out until I find something I like. Cool, we'll go for that. I'll just play with some of these settings a bit. I'm also going to pick whip the shadow to the diamond. Or am I? Actually, what I'm going to do is open up this comp. I'm going to bring it up here so we can see both of these comps. I don't need to do that, because what I'm looking for is this here, our scale control. I'm just trying to remember how I built this now. Ah, okay. I got it. Sweet. So our shadow is going to be parented to our diamond intro down here. Should maybe add a label to this layer in case I ever come back to it. So I'm just going to add a marker and call this diamond scale and change that to orange. So if I ever come back to this project, I can just remember why that is there. Now we can see this shadow, grainy shadow, is following the scale of our diamond. I'm not sure if I like that, but I wanted to try it out, and I might just play with it a bit to see if I can get it looking how I want it. Play with the path some more. Just want it to be really subtle. Also going to add a time expression to the evolution. So the texture adds a little bit of animation to it. Cool. Okay. I quite like that. I'm just going to come in here and change this up a bit more. I'm going to add a gradient. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to add a gradient here. Turn our colors back on. Cool. And on here I've got this flash effect. And you can't see it anymore because we have the gradient here. So what I'm going to do is just keyframe the opacity. No, I'm not. Actually, what I'm going to do is, so a little something you can do into After Effects, which I did not know about for a while, is control the opacity of these effects. So if I come into here, come down to compositing options and set keyframe for the effect opacity, I can now turn the gradient off as our flash is happening and then turn it back on afterwards. Cool. There we go. And I'm just going to change this gradient up a little bit more and do the same, add these wiggle expressions to all of our points. Need to make sure that's going to the right thing because I was wiggling the color then, which is not what I want. Cool. Let's go check that out again. Nice. That's looking good. Cool. So next thing on my list, or what do I fancy doing next? I'm going to try to add some details to our pillar. So if I come into here, I'm going to grab our colors as well, set this to none and make it a guide layer. Cool. And just scale these up into the corner. So here I'm going to do the same thing as I did to the diamond. Just try to think how I want to do this. Just using the pen tool, I reckon. I'm going to grab this yellow-ish color. And draw our shape onto here like this. Cool. I'm going to change this to black and call this one highlight. And we're going to get a set matte, change it to our pillar main, and again add that roughen edges effect. Set this to 150, the border, and scale it down to 10. And let's have a look at that. Let's see how that looks out here. Just trying to create a very subtle highlight. I think something like that, just to add a little bit of extra detail. And I'm going to come here and just invert this. Cool. Something like that would do. What else do I have? Yeah, so when this impact happens, we have a little bit of an orange glow behind our diamond. So I wanted to add that onto the pillar as well. So if I come, what am I looking for? Yeah, this comp here. So I'm going to grab our glow out of there. Cool, so this is the same timing. I'm going to change the color of this to light orange. Make this a 3D layer. I'm going to grab our position, bring it up to the same point. Cool. And it actually doesn't need to be a 3D layer because I'm going to bring it in to this pillar comp. And get rid of it out here. And then I'm simply going to do the same again and add a set matte. That's not what I wanted. Set matte, link it to the pillar. Actually, I want to link it to this pillar top. Cool. Now that glow is kind of reflecting off the top of this pillar. Very subtly. See how that looks. Cool, and just come in and adjust that a bit. Nice. Cool. Also, I'm gonna come. How's it going, Kaz? This is my Minecraft Let's Play. Day 1. Yeah, so. How are you? What are you up to in life at the moment? What was I doing? Cool. So I created this in the week. Just a solid with a radio waves effect, and it's got the shape of the door as a mask on the layer as well, and then I'm using that mask to create these shapes. Thank you. It's come along. Ah, cool, man. Very nice. Yeah, I've been working on this for on and off for a while now. But it's coming together. I think what I might do. Where am I looking? On these highlights on the pillar, I might just mask it out a bit so you don't see it all the way down here. Nice. Have you already started doing that, or are you starting soon? Yeah, that would be pretty cool if COVID wasn't going on. I don't even know if I'm allowed to fly to the US at the moment. I don't know what's been restricted. I'm sure you can smuggle me in. What is happening to my OBS? Apparently it's disconnected. I think it's still okay. Start Monday. Nice. That's exciting. Yeah. I'm sure I can fit into a big suitcase. Cool. That's masking out there. I'm just going to duplicate that same mask. Yeah, these are only like at the top now. I like to see. Let's come back to this bit now. Yeah, thank you. I'll speak to you again sometime. Get on Discord or something. Have a nice evening, or probably more daytime for you. But yeah, have a nice rest of your day. I'll see you later. Free, yeah. Have a nice rest of your day. Let's go with that one. Cool. So we got this radio waves effect going on. I think what I want to do, I'm gonna have to pre-compose this, I think, to mask it out from the center of the door. But first, I just want to get the like the animation looking right. So what I can do is keyframe these two here. Don't want to keyframe that. And I think that's really all I need to keyframe to make this look a bit more interesting. Maybe I don't even need to keyframe that. Maybe just keep it how it is. But maybe keyframe the expansion out a little bit more as it goes on. Something like that maybe. We can add some easy ease. maybe at this point turn the frequency off. And set the lifespan to like 3.2 seconds maybe. See how that looks in our main comp. Cool, that looks nice. So what I'm going to do here is pre-compose this and call it radio waves comp. Move all attributes and click OK. And let's just reveal that a second. Where have you gone to? Cool, so that's in the right place. Scene 3. And so just going to align that. Let's choose a nice colour for this, aqua. Cool, so at this point here, I'm just going to come in here. This is, I saved this a while ago. This is just the shape of the door, and I've just left it in here, used as a reference if I've ever needed to, which I have a few times. And I'm going to create a mask and copy that path in here. So I'm going to set that to subtract. So this is just making it so there's no like radio waves going on inside the door. And I'm also just going to keyframe this mask so it follows the movement of the door. And I'm also going to put our radio waves behind our door layer. Put it down here. And just going to keyframe this by hand. Not too bad. Just going 2 frames forward at a time and change in the position of the mask. Cool. So that is that. Let's see how that looks. Nice. Let's go to our main comp again, see how all that looks. Cool. Right, so that's that one done. And the last thing I've got here is lens shapes. I know what that is, so I'll get rid of that. Let's just think. Is there anything else I want to add? I don't think so. Ah, yeah, there was one other thing. Never mind. I was thinking of adding some, like, I know a wiggle expression on our rotation of our camera, just to make it like, I don't know, look like the camera is shaking a little bit or something, but that is just going to screw with our masks on this stroke, so I don't really want to go through the effort of doing all that. But what I could do, nah, never mind, we're not doing that. Adding too much can ruin it, so I'm just going to use that as an excuse. But yeah, what I meant by that other comment I had was adding some kind of shapes in this comp, rising up with our stroke and then reacting to this like shockwave and getting pushed back as this happens. And speaking of shockwave, one thing I could do no. Yeah, let's just try that. Okay. So let's grab, what am I thinking? Grab a sphere. Make a new sphere. Call this blended shape 01. Let's just make this white. Change the scale a little bit. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna add this wiggle paths thing as well. Just to add a little bit of animation to it. Cool. Very subtle, but that looks cool. And what I'm going to do is make this shape a adjustment layer. And I'm going to come into my curves. Or my blue maybe. So you can see we can animate this and have it be a blending object. Might add a different effect, maybe lumetri color, so I have some more options to play with. Just add some contrast to it. Cool, so as this shape is like traveling around our comp, it's like changed into different colors, which is kind of cool. I'm going to add a box blur. You can see that's sort of blurring everything that's inside it. Looks kind of cool. I also want to blur the actual circle as well, the radius of it, but I'm not sure how to do that. Yeah. Maybe let's try a different blur effect. No. How do... Maybe I'll have to pre-compose that. Or what if I... CC composite. Yeah, I'm not sure how to go about actually blurring the shape unless I pre-compose it, but I'd rather not do that. No, okay. I'm gonna add that composite effect because I quite liked it. I'm gonna maybe set it to lighten. No, I'm not. Okay. So, I'm not 100% sure if I actually want this in here, but I'm just trying it out. If not, then we're pretty much done, but I just wanted to try this as well.
No matter how much you use those eyes of yours, I'll use my hatred to turn fantasy
And I'm gonna match the animation of our strokes a bit. I might even just, let's find the mask. Let's copy the mask path. And if I paste it onto our position, we now have it here. And our shape position is following this path now. Cool, that's easy to use that. And we're going to add some easing. And extend it out a bit. Nice. So we got that following that path a little bit better now. Nice. And I'm going to make this a lot smaller. Let's make this like $24. And set a expression on our position, and just I want to try and make this like float around our stroke kind of. And maybe if we have a few of these, it might look kind of cool. Cool. Let's change this wiggle expression so our particles can go a bit further. And I'm going to change this wiggle paths to be a bit lower. Let's just get this up like this. Cool. Now let's select all of these and we're going to search for size. And we're just going to add some variation to all these sizes. And see how that looks. And just cut them all off at the end here as well. Cool. Let's see how this looks now. Yeah, I'm not really too sure about that one. I think I might just leave it how it is. It's worth a try though. Yeah, I think that also means that this is done. I'm happy with it. I don't really want to add too much more. Keep it quite simple. I mean, I guess you can't really call this simple anymore, but you know, not overload it with too many different things going on. And yeah, it follows our storyboard as well, so, well, roughly, for the most part. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Everything I wanted to do and I planned to do is done. So yeah, I think I'm done. So yeah, there you go. There is the completed thing. Finally, we made it. I'm just going to quickly delete the textures I haven't used from here. I only used 2. So I'll use that one. Cool. Let's just clean all this up in here a minute. I'm just going to grab something cool to show off. Cool. So, thank you for watching. That is it. We're done. The little animation is completed. Yeah. So all the videos of this are going to be left up on my YouTube channel. I know they're quite boring to watch, like 2-hour videos, but they're there if you want to watch them. And I think I am planning on doing a lot more videos on this channel and doing a little breakdown video of this animation, make it a lot shorter and just walk through like the key bits of how this is put together. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be doing that, but I want to do that for a lot of the work I do, and I have some other cool little tutorials and videos planned as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's good fun streaming it and seeing a few people I know stop by now and then. But one thing I want to show you is a little teaser for the videos to come. Just a little YouTube intro that this is nothing new really. It's just, this is my old showreel intro and I've just adapted it into a YouTube intro. So I thought, why not just show that here as a little teaser for what's to come. There you go. That's that. So yeah, that is all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you well, there won't be a next time now, but I will be releasing some new videos soon. So I will see you then. See you later.